These are the Muslim prisoners of Omarska. In small groups, under heavy Serbian guard, they are ushered into the canteen for their single meal of the day. Most have been here for 2 months. They say they don't know why, that they were rounded up from their homes. They were too frightened to talk about the way they have been treated and the conditions in which they have been kept. Conditions which have been hidden from the world, as the Serbs have denied access here to the United Nations and to the International Red Cross. Their prison is an old mining complex outside Banja Luka in northern Bosnia. In an office above the canteen, the camp commandant and a spokeswoman for the local Serbian authorities said they had 2,500 of what they called internees, who were being interrogated as possible Muslim fighters.
No, this is not the camp, this is the center, the transit center. Omarska and TRNOPOLJE, both the centers, not camps.
The prisoners were being brought to the canteen from a large industrial building in the center of the mining complex. It too was under heavy guard, and we asked to be allowed to look inside. But in spite of promises of openness from the Serb-Bosnian leader, Dr. Karadzic, we were told we could see no more.
Why are you not fulfilling Dr. Karadzic's promise to us?
He promised us something else and said, you can do this and that, and not that.
Our armed escort made it clear our visit was over.
We are now being asked to leave this camp having seen nothing more than the canteen. We have been told that Dr. Karadzic's promise, while good to us, does not carry any weight here.
As we were moved on, soldiers told us the army did not control the camp, which they said was run by the local authorities and militia. We had asked to be taken to a second camp at TRNOPOLJE in the same area, to which several hundred prisoners from Omarska had that day been transferred, and which has also been at the center of allegations of atrocities. Conditions at this camp were appalling. In 100-degree heat, hundreds of men were forced to eat and sleep outside in a field, behind barbed wire. Their meager rations consist of a small hunk of bread and a bowl of soup every day. Here too, they said they had been rounded up, whole villages emptied of their men, and they were afraid.
So can you tell me anything about the conditions in which you are being kept here, or is it difficult?
I'm not sure that I'm allowed about that. You know, can you understand me?
Have people here been beaten?
Here? No. Here, no. Here.
But in other places?
I rather wouldn't talk about that. I'm not sure.
Can you tell us anything about the conditions that you were being kept in and the treatment of the people you were with?
Well, that was a hard time, what I could say.
We heard stories of people being beaten and people disappearing. Did that happen?
Well, I can't say much about that.
We just came here.
From another camp?
From another camp, and we didn't know what's the condition here. We accept a little bit more better.
What was
like a Prijedor.
What was it like before?
It was terrible.
One of the prisoners asked us to check on him in several days' time to see that he hadn't been punished for speaking to us. And away from the camera, there were allegations of routine beatings and executions. Several prisoners told us of retaliatory killings. One instance in which they claimed 150 of their fellow prisoners had been killed following the death of 10 Serbian soldiers in a Muslim village. We were told people had been beaten to death, and we were asked to smuggle a film out of the camp. The pictures show severe injuries, apparently as a result of beatings. In the makeshift medical center, there were cases of scabies, malnutrition and diarrhea. Local doctors said they were chronically short of medicine and drugs. Among them was a Muslim doctor. We asked him whether there had been any cases of beatings.
Many?
On one side of the camp were refugees who were here simply because they have nowhere else to go, their homes having been destroyed. They have been told they can go as soon as they have a guarantee of a home outside Serb-controlled Bosnia. In Banja Luka, prisoners' wives have been queuing for days for news of their men and to register as refugees because they too have nowhere to go. On the roads to Banja Luka, Muslim villages lie empty and deserted, homes destroyed. If there is, eventually, freedom for the men in the detention centres, it's unlikely to be in Serb-controlled Bosnia. Ian Williams, ITN, Northern Bosnia.